the sound of a tortured soul that is torturing themselves, quite honestly. If that if I had to sum up the week anyway, that's pretty much the way that I would do it. Really, the first week of being out of school and such, and I feel like I've done literally nothing about it. I haven't planned on making that infomercial that I talked about so often. I have planned on doing it. I've written down some ideas, yes, of course, but like the thing is, I haven't like sat down to start filming anything or like started getting those effects going that I really wanted to like really set aside to make sure that the effects are good and stuff. Which is why I haven't done that infomercial in this whole time because the effects that I thought that I needed are not ready to be done yet by me, and I don't know why. Why I'm just at this really huge block right now where I cannot start things. I can't get things going. It's just like I've also been trying to start doing things for quick play, which is a whole thing in itself that I realized a while ago, but I'll get to that later. Um I eventually did settle on doing a mock newscast for my Facebook videos, which turned out pretty alright. Somebody commented that this was the best one ever. The best one yet, they said. Which is interesting because I don't know, it's kind of weird that people would start grading these on some sort of thing, but here we are. Here I am putting myself to some sort of standards, I guess. And the standards that I put myself to are not being met, funny enough. I'm not meeting my own expectations that I want, and it's really upsetting me. It's really just really putting me in such a bad mood that I feel awful almost every day. I every day have an alarm set for 7:30 and I wake up or 9:30 actually. I'm allowing myself to sleep in. But even still, I still end up turning it off and sleeping until 12. I woke up at 12 today and it's now almost 4 o'clock before I eventually wanted to start doing this. It kind of gives you a bit of a glimpse into how much procrastination I'm getting myself into. I watched the collection of YouTube videos that of people that I follow and stuff like that, and I only had two videos to look at before I said I should do this. I watched them, and then I went and made chicken nuggets and fries, and then I watched more videos. And then I went and got my 3DS and started playing Smash Brothers on there, and then you know, finally 4 hours later, I'm actually finally starting to do this, and it's just like this whole thing where I'm making videos to put on Facebook was to get me into the groove of getting into Premiere and putting stuff out for quick play, for literally anything. Just getting stuff out is the reason why I did that. And now I'm falling away from that, and it's really upsetting me. And what's also upsetting me is the fact that I'm slowly starting to lose space on my computer because of how many recordings I have of gameplay footage and of games themselves, and I'm over halfway filled on my single hard drive that I have, and it's really upsetting because there's more that I want to do, and I only just have footage of Uno and Gary's mod, and I haven't been able to do anything with that. I just need to calm down, I guess. My mom's birthday is coming up um, sometime this next week, and that's going to be something I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for it. I want to do something special for it, but at the moment I can't think of anything, so that's just kind of a future problem. But it's just kind of like another approximation of how things have been going. This past week, I've just been hit with many things that I didn't see coming, like the swim banquet that was yesterday, and it just kind of made me realize like I really never belonged there in the first place, and I don't know why. It's just it felt like a giant summary of like how I never belonged in that group to begin with. And you know that it's a little heartbreaking because everyone else is there and really enjoying themselves, but I just can't see myself doing any of that kind of stuff. And it really sucks because I wanted to continue swimming and stuff like that, but here I was, for the first, and I just felt like the outsider looking in, you know? So much so that when it came to the slideshow presentations, I was never mentioned or like talked about at all. And like, I've always struggled with this thought. Just it makes me wonder, like, if did I enjoy swimming because of the intention I got when I was good at swimming? That's kind of what I'm grappling with at the moment. I want to say that it's not that. I want to say that I met great friends in swimming because of it, but besides Shane and maybe Parker, I haven't talked to anybody from swimming for since forever. So like, was I just there to suck up all the attention that came from doing the stuff that I did in swimming? Because I wasn't really that good. All honesty, because I wasn't that good in terms of well, in swimming as a whole and college swimming, I was terrible in the midst of everybody else, and I really just kind of fell by the wayside. And because I also didn't go into any of the parties and stuff, and I didn't put myself there, I also felt like I didn't get the chance to meet anybody there as well. And it's and like once I leave those two out, what more can I do? Because I just couldn't figure out a way to get into that whole group, and by the time everyone had been established, I had been left behind, and I stopped enjoying myself. There are other people that do the same thing as me, but because they're actually good at the sport, then you know they have their way in through that, and that's just really how it works, isn't it? This has been a very grappling week, I guess, so to say. I'm also kind of grappling with the idea of just like if I want to try doing quick play, how am I gonna look in front of like my friends and such, and if they're good enough to help with like the entertainment process of running a channel like that, and not even running, but just like being a part of it. And I'm just really struggling with the idea of what is good for a channel or what is good for like content and stuff like that, and whether I should be doing this or if I'm wasting my time with that and stuff like that. And it kind of like all hit me when I realized like I'm also not playing a lot of games with my friends. They've started playing Stellaris, which I mentioned last week, that real time strategy game, which I found was pretty fun. Right up until I have to start communicating with other people, and at that point, I'm just like, great. Now it's actually just kind of those war simulators, which I don't like. I don't like. I don't know. I just like being in my own little world, and sometimes other people can be there. I started this whole video making thing with the thought of me finally finding out what I was meant to do. And maybe I'm placing too much of value on myself by thinking that I can do this YouTube stuff. Not even do YouTube stuff, just like put that stuff out there and just kind of let it be as a standalone uh node for entertainment, because like I don't I don't want to I don't necessarily want to be I don't know what I want, I guess. Like, yes, I can say till the day I die that I'm not putting this stuff on YouTube to, get famous or get notoriety or stuff like that. But at the same time, it wouldn't hurt for people to say good job about to it, right? It wouldn't hurt for people to just kind of notice that and be, hey, look at that Ryan guy. He's such a nice and talented kid. What a shining example of what you can do with a bad situation or something like that. But I just every time I think about this kind of stuff, it all leads back to YouTube, and I don't know why. Because I'm not going to be a big YouTube person. I get that. I've accepted that ever since Six Gaming Bros died. That was we overstepped and we really just couldn't do that. But at the same time, I really liked that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed just kind of making stuff with my friends and just putting that kind of stuff out there. The Call of Duty videos that we put out, where we just dicked around in zombies, was really fun. And I just don't know. My great I think my favorite video was the how-to video in GTA 5 where Parker and Anders just kind of messed around in GTA and just kind of I edited the whole thing out. And I've taken steps to make that kind of stuff better. I have a capture card. I have a working microphone set. I have all of this stuff, but yet I just can't bring myself to push forward and upload the stuff that I have, and I don't know why. It's really upsetting me. I the 14th of May, I downloaded Chex Quest because it's a funny um corporate endorsed game where I can just put that on and shit on it or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just don't know what I'm going to do for things now. And it all comes down to me not knowing what to do with Quick Play now. Because my original thought of it was just kind of, that it was just a channel name. It doesn't matter what I put on there. Just maybe it's just gaming stuff. Maybe it's edited stuff. Maybe it's long play stuff where it's just me talking to things. I don't know. But the thing that I'm now struggling with is that quick play, you kind of think like, oh, it's just a very quick video. It's a quick edited video where you get in and out and you know what you've gotten basically. And if I have long series on there, that's not going to look good for the name itself. Maybe I'm overthinking things. I already recorded the quick play videos for Static Pod. So maybe I just need to swallow my expectations and put the stuff out there because the longer that I hold on to these things, the more dated they're going to be, and thus it's going to fall further and further into obscurity, and I just need to get the stuff out there, get it done, and learn from it. That's one thing that I also have learned. That's one thing that I also realize about all this stuff that I'm putting out. I'm not exactly learning new things from all this. I'm just kind of putting things out to put things out there. And at the moment, I'm not learning. At that moment, I'm just not learning how to do things better. I'm not learning how to become a better person. I'm just doing the things that I normally do. And I have pretty much been really just arrogant of how other people think or just how to run things, and I need to learn more about how to do things. And on the topic of learning, I also need to do that online thing that my brother mentioned, the working with people. I'm just going to have to find out that website again because I forgot about it. But yeah, that's the state I'm in. I did tighten up the animation from last week, but I still haven't found noises for the whole thing, or the intro rather, and maybe this week was just bad, and I'll get back. be in a better place next week or something like that. But at the moment, I'm a little lost with the stuff that I have. Because the thing about having endless possibilities is that once you have all these possibilities, you're just kind of left wondering what the heck do you do with all this time you have, and it's a little hard to set aside time for your set aside time in yourself to make things the best that they can. And I really I really get what my brother says when he needs somebody to tell him what to do, because at that point you're just kind of right you're kind of sending the blame of mismanaging things to somebody else, when in the position that I'm at, I've got to like really set my own goals and do what I think is going to be done well. Leaps and bounds at the moment. I've steps, baby steps. Why did I say leaps and bounds? Oh god. I also feel like I'm a really bad person. I guess I should put that out there. It kind of came to me while I was playing Gmod that I don't know, this I don't want to name names because that's a really shitty thing to do, even if nobody does watch this. Although some people do watch it. I think last week somebody disliked my video for some reason, and I think that's hilarious. Because I think they saw my videos because uh my For Terrific warning video is still up, and they're like, let's check out the rest of his stuff. And it's literally me just talking to myself, so they're like, this isn't the same stuff, dislike. That's funny to me. But I was playing Gmod with my friends, and there's another person there that I don't exactly like. Whether it be the way he talks or the fact that he's really good at the game and I feel threatened by it is up for debate. It could be a combination of both. I don't know, but the thing the other thing about it is that I see a lot of myself in the way he talks, and it's kind of made me reevaluate everything that I do as far as like playing games with my friends and, just doing things. And it's like I'm worried that I come across as a really arrogant and really just a giant asshole when I'm playing games with friends, and I don't want to I don't want to come across as that. I want to come across as somebody nice but is able to dish out some ribbing or, get ribbing in return or something like that. I don't This is a new area for me, and I don't know I don't know if I'm ready to start doing stuff like that. I don't know if my friends are able to do something like that. I know some of them have tried. All the people that I did Six Gaming Bros with, we have tried, and we did have a little bit of success in my eyes. We did really what we set out to do. We played games, had fun, and just kind of just did stuff. That was success in my book. But at the same time, like, is me wanting to do that stuff without telling anybody hurting what we have? And I just don't know how others feel about anything because I haven't told anybody about Quick Play. I've told my brother, but he was in kind of a state at the moment, so I don't remember. I don't know what he would remember, but the thing is that I did tell him, so I'm just gonna assume that he knows about Quick Play, and I haven't put anything out on it yet. But and the thing as well is that I'm also hung up on the intro video for Quick Play, and I just don't know what to do with that and where to start with that. Well, I know where to start with it. I need more diverse footage, but I just don't quite have that for the time that I want. that and my parents are going up to the cabin almost every single weekend. And they kind of expect me and my brother to go with them. And, we do that, but at the same time, it just eats up a lot of the time that I would have to stay home, record things, and edit things, which is kind of the things that I wanted to avoid because editing takes so long. And with the way that I work, if I lose myself, then I'll just be editing something for days upon days without actually putting it out. It's what happens to my Google Stadia video and my backyard baseball video, which I still have ready to go, but they're not fully edited yet. And by the time Stadia, I would get around to Stadia, it would just it would be harshly outdated because it's been so long since the big reveals that it's had, which nobody's cared about, by the way. Nobody cares that Stadia is free anymore, or that you can just. Nobody cares about Stadia. I want to get their control. I want to get their controller because it's going to be defunct quick enough, and I want to be able to say that I got a Stadia controller, much like the same way that I had the Steam controller. Although with the Steam controller, it still has some functionality out of it. Once Stadia goes down, there's going to be no use for it other than that you can just be like, "Yep, I was there. I remember what this is." But yeah, that's my bit for this week. Just a wrap up. Not wrap up. Yeah, wrap up or summarize. Words are hard. Just to summarize what I'm feeling. I feel bad about swimming, but at the same time, it's not where I was meant to be. I'm trying to learn. I'm now trying to learn uh, from my experiences of making videos. I'm still not funny, and when I talk, I feel like I'm coming across as a big asshole. And hopefully, I can get quick play up and running by the time next week runs around, because it's embarrassing how long it is. It's embarrassing how long I've been holding on to footage, and I really want to free up space on my computer because GTA 5 came out for free for the whole world, and that's taking up a lot of space, and now I want to free it up. Alright, that's my bit. If you've watched this far, I'd say you're a giant nutcase, and if you're me from the future trying to regain back your memories, stay strong, bud. I'll see you next time.